Hi, this is different for me. I'm not usually on this side of the camera, but I'm doing something a little bit different today. And so I wanted to give a little bit more of an explanation than I usually do. And I thought maybe this would be a little more interesting to look at during the explanation than just my hands under the camera on my desk. So as you know, if you watch my channel at all, and if you don't, you're going to find out now, I am a teacher. I'm an elementary and middle school teacher. I teach music, so I get to teach lots and lots of different grades. I even teach high school, like after school in different things, so I get the whole gamut. Um, and my students have found my channel. At first, I was mortified. I'm going to be honest. I was mortified. Yes, you kids who are watching this now, I was mortified. I don't know. I guess I felt like my personal life and my work life were kind of separate. And then all of a sudden here they were melding and I didn't know how to handle it except to say, okay, this is what I do and hope you like what I do. You know, they know what I do at school and here's something else I like to do. So they're finding out about it now. And then I thought, you know what? I should use this. I should use this. I teach my kids music. I'm pretty okay at it. I'm not the best, but I'm okay at it. I should teach them the other stuff I know. I know planning, I know organization, and kids need it. And so I thought I'm going to meld my worlds again, and I'm going to do a video directed at students. Mostly I'm going to be talking to like upper elementary, middle school students, but this definitely will still work for high school students and even college students a bit. I don't know if I'm going to make this a series or if this is a one-time thing. We'll see where this goes. But for now, it's a one-time thing, and we'll see after that. But what I have done is I have printed out a copy. I did not use an actual student handbook. I printed out a copy of the student handbook, and I got rid of the school name, so you know, privacy for my students. And I'm going to just do a little plan with me with their agenda book. So this is like a free agenda book that every student at our school gets, at least like, I don't know, 3rd grade and above or something like that. So it's kind of generic. It's produced by a company that makes these for schools all over the country. And so, you know, it's not a cute little happy planner. It's generic. It was free for them. Not free for the school, but free for the kids. But they can still use it and they can still get a lot of organization out of this. And, you know, this is where I started. This is where some of you started if you're not a student and watching this. I filled these out as a kid. I filled these out in high school. In college, I got the cheap ones that were at the bookstore. You know, the college bookstore. I paid, you know, hundreds of dollars for my textbooks, and then I bought a little planner. This is where I started, and I've been using a planner ever since. Now I've just decided to go with decorative planning. So I don't know how decorative this is going to be. We'll see. But it's definitely going to be functional, and it's going to be geared toward my students. So if you're one of my students, hi, I'm here doing my thing, my other thing. And if you are a parent watching this and you feel like your kid could benefit from it, let them watch. It's fine by me. I don't care. So anyway, nice to see you face to face, and let's get on with the planning. Okay, so let's jump right in. This is the academic planner. I believe most of the homeroom teachers in our school call it an agenda, but you can call it whatever you want. It's keeping track of your plans, right? And so it's pretty basic. Space for your name in the front. It's got all the, you know, school policies, school rules, student handbook kind of stuff here at the beginning, and then it gets to the regular days of the week, right? And this is what I photocopied, and this is the week we are currently in. And so I'm just going to give some ideas here, like, because I'm pretending I'm a student anyway, right? I'm not a student. I don't know all their schedules, and not everybody has the same schedule. So I can't fill this out for a specific kid. I'm just teaching kind of the basics of how to use it here. So the obvious ones, obvious ones are your basic, what do we call them? Solid subjects. You've got your social studies, science, language, arts, and math. And those are going to be the same all across here. So you're going to write your homework in for that. You know, if you have, maybe you're going to write with a colored pen, because that's kind of fun and always makes you want to plan a little bit more. So let's say you want to use a colored pen. Kids never get to use a red pen. Parents, you want to make your kid write in their planner? Give them a red pen. They love writing with a red pen. You know, so let's say I'm going to imagine that they have a spelling test on Friday, right? So you would write spelling. I can't even spell spelling. Ha ha ha. Spelling test, right? And you might want to highlight that so that you remember it, because a test is a big deal, right? What else? You know, maybe today we have to do for homework that's due tomorrow, right? So homework, I would write the word homework. Page 136, do the odds, you know, something like that. I remember that kind of stuff being taught. And then, of course, that is due on Wednesday, right? If it's not, you would put something like due on Friday, right? And then maybe you get out a different color pen because it makes you happy, you know, whatever. And so science, you know, you could say here on Monday, project due Friday, because you have a big project due on Friday, right? I don't know if you do, but that's an example. And so you would put over here, project due. You know, maybe you have a research project or an experiment or a model or something like that. So you would highlight that because it's big, right? That's the kind of stuff. Another thing you'd want to mark is field trips. I know my 6th graders have a field trip next week. So they would want to mark that here. And so they might want to mark off that whole day, that entire day, because they're not going to have their solid subjects, right? So they might want to mark this whole thing. And, you know, have fun. Write in some fun, fancy letters or some block letters, right? Enjoy yourself. And write field trip. And you could write where you're going if you want. You could write who you want to have in your group or who you think's going to be in your group. You know, you can do whatever you want here, but now you have marked, and this is of course for 6th grade, but you know, you've marked that. So that's, you know, another fun way to do that and to make you want to use your planner. The point of decorative planning is to make you want to use your planner. It's supposed to be fun, and playing around with fonts and colors and highlighters is what makes it fun. If it's a drudgery, if it's a chore, you're not going to want to do it. If you make it a creative process, you're more likely to do it. All right, Saturday, we've got several kids going to contest if they are in band, orchestra, or choir. So you might want to write solo contest, right? And here you would write, I'm not going to write details, but you would write where it is, and you would write the time that you perform or the time you have to get there, you know, that kind of thing. So, you know, that's on Saturday, because that's a thing for students too, right? Now, let's talk about your extra subjects that are here, okay? So perhaps perhaps you have music on Friday. So you might want to use this as a music day. So you're going to write music. And then maybe in a different color, just to keep it fun again, you're going to write, you need your recorder. My 4th and 5th graders need their recorder right now in music class. So you would write that, you know, so that way you remember it. When you look at this Thursday night, hopefully you're glancing here at Friday. You're going, oh, I need my recorder. I must stick that in my backpack tonight and I'll be ready. You see what I'm saying? Perhaps it's, you know, perhaps you're in band and you have a playing test. So you might want to use one of your extra subjects over here. So let's just go to this one. This kid is in band and they have a playing test today. And again, I'm making all this up. I don't know what these kids' subjects are, but you know, they can fit it in as need to. They can use this as need to. Another thing you could do is, let's say you have a different class that's the same every day, but not one of these solids. So maybe you have, let's say you have a STEAM class. That's what a lot of schools are starting to have. So I'm going to try to make it look the same as these. I'm going to highlight it, and then I'm going to write STEAM. This is for my STEAM class, right? So now I can keep this whole row here for STEAM, which means if I have, you know, if I have tonight, my homework for STEAM is to, I have to bring 2 items tomorrow, you know, for an experiment we're going to do the next day, right? Bring 2 items from home. And that would be more specific if I was actually in the STEAM class. And I like putting little bullet points too. That always makes me happy. But you know, this again is an example. And so since you brought these 2 items from home, perhaps for these 2 days, and again, this is where you might want to, you know, mark them all as a big chunk. But perhaps for these 2 days, it's going to be group work on the experiment that you needed to bring these 2 items for. And so you're going to be working on that for 2 whole days, right? Again, I'm just here to give you ideas. And you might want to carry this over. That's what this is for, right? So that you can see it on your other 2 days. It's not necessary, but it's here, so you can. Yeah, that's that kind of thing. Now, let's say that it's a spirit week, which for us, it happens to be a spirit week. So you might want to use this one here for spirit days. So maybe just for fun, I will get a different color highlighter now. And I'm going to mark spirit days. So I think I'd probably write that over here first. So I would say spirit days, right? Or spirit week. And I can't fit all that, so I'm just going to write spirit. I'll write days really small. It still works, right? Spirit days. And so then, now my highlighters are kind of funky with the pens I use. I have to highlight first and then write, or it smears. But you can, you know, write and then highlight. So this one was, well, I'm just going to go ahead and do my highlighter. Every day this week. And again, you could do every day in a different color. You can do this however you want. I'm just choosing to do it this way, giving you an example. So let's see, Monday, I'm doing this on Tuesday night. So let's see, Monday was pajama day. Today was Murica day. That kind of cracks me up to say. Tomorrow is blue. Oh my goodness, see, I can't spell either. Blue and gold day, because it happens to be FFA Spirit Week. This day is camo day. And this day is flannel day. And so now you've got your spirit weeks, spirit days in here. Does that make sense? And then let's say you're the kind of kid who has stuff after school. You've got a lot of after school activities. So you would get yourself a different color highlighter, and I would use daily events for after school activities. So maybe on Monday, I have a student council meeting after school. So student council meeting, and that goes from, 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, right? Maybe on Tuesday, I have Cast auditions. Actually, that's going to be next Tuesday. So let's say I have musical rehearsal. A few of my kids did have that today, okay? So you have musical rehearsal, and that's from 3 o'clock to 4:30. And see, now you have this written down, which means you and your parents don't have to remind you. You can remind your parents, hey, Mom, don't forget I have such and such, right? And, you know, let's say on Thursday, you have, let's see, basketball season's over, but softball and baseball season's starting. So maybe you have baseball. I don't think they're actually complete baseball. I don't think they're having complete practices yet, but they could be having workouts. So baseball workout. And maybe that goes from, maybe that's later in the evening. Maybe that's from 5 to 7. I don't know. I'm just making this up again. But again, if the kids have this in their planner, in their agenda book, then the parents aren't constantly reminding the kids what they have. The kids can be helping remind the parents and giving the kids ownership. Kids, it is actually really cool to have ownership of your own schedule. It feels good. It does. It feels good for you to be in charge and not your parents always telling you. You know what's coming. It feels comfortable, believe it or not. If you give this a try, you will be happy. And let's see, was there anything else that I feel like you should mark? After school activities. Oh, another thing. You don't want to be leafing through this thing constantly to find this week. Mark it. A little paper clip. Boom. That's your page, you know, that's your bookmark. So when you take this, you open it up, boom, you've got it. You don't have to be leafing through this thing to find this week. Just a paper clip. And you can even paper clip all of these closed so you can't even get to the previous weeks. Like if you get a bigger paper clip, totally could do that. Totally. I think another thing that I would like to mark in my planner if I were a kid, and again, I would mark this in one of these extra spots, I think, is I would mark things like, I have gym today. So today I have gym. And the reason I mark I have gym is because I want to make sure I wear the right shoes to school today. I don't want to wear my fancy high heels today. I don't want to wear my cowboy boots today. I want to wear shoes that are appropriate for gym class today. Maybe I have library on Wednesday. My green pen is dying. Can you tell? And so I'm going to put my little bullet and I'm going to put books due today because it's library day. So that's something worth putting in your planner to keep track of. You might want to put that you have music class. We already did that one. You might want to put that you have art. Why would you want to put that you have art class? So that you don't wear your nice clothes and get paint all over them. You can wear your, your a little less fancy shirts and a little less fancy pants so that if you get some paint or some clay or some chalk or some pastels on them, you're not gonna be so sad. So these are good things to keep track of in your planner. Wear my gym shoes. We're painting today, so, wear clothes for painting, that kind of thing. I think that's pretty much what I was going to say. I guess I think colorful pens will make you happy. I think highlighters will make you happy. Highlighters make me very happy. Now, in the world of decorative planning, I use a lot of stickers. But I also had to pay for this sticker book. I don't know if parents are going to want to buy kids, a $12 sticker book. It was more than that, but I always get them on sale. You can use label paper. This is like address labels, right? Use this. If it's too big to go in your spot, you can cut it in half. You've got yourself a sticker. What can you do with this sticker? You can take it, put it here. You can highlight around it. Or you could even just dot around it, right? There are lots of ways. It doesn't have to be a full highlight. So I do this to give myself a cute little sticker. And that just makes it a little bit different because it's not lined like the rest of the page, right? So now this is slightly standing out. And what could I put there? This is language arts. Maybe I had to, my homework is to read pages, I don't know, 20 to 27 in whatever book we're reading or something like that, right? And then I've got the other half, so I can use another sticker. Maybe I have some more math homework to do, or, you know, something like that. So again, I can make this kind of fun. This one I'm going to do some dashes. And they don't have to be super neat and fancy, just enough to make it fun and stand out. And you could even do a double one, right? You could go like this. Okay. Again, you're just playing around and making yourself want to use your planner. And so what do I have on Thursday in math? I don't know. Maybe today's a quiz. So I'm going to mark the quiz. And what's my quiz over? My quiz is over multiplication facts. Multiplication facts. Did I go out of the line? Yes. Does it matter? No. I'm still having fun with my planner. What else did I want to say? Pretty much that's what I kind of wanted to say as an overview. Now, will I do more of this next week? I don't know. Come back and see. I really don't know. But in general, students, you can use these free agenda books, these free planners that your school gives you, and you can get a lot of use out of these. You can start a lifelong habit of being creatively organized or just being organized. You don't even have to use the fun stuff. Just be organized. Although this makes it more fun. It really does. Highlighters. I live for highlighters. I live for them. But use this thing. Don't feel like it's a chore. It's actually a great thing. It will give you empowerment over your life. And it seriously, I started this when I was young, and I'm old lady now. My students would tell you I'm so old, and I'm still doing it. And it keeps my life organized. It keeps me happy when I'm stressed about a lot of things. I can just look at it and go, okay, I've got this. I can do this. So this is just one. We'll see if I do more or not. But anyway, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you're one of my students, definitely give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of these, or you want to see more with the Happy Planner, or you just want to see more of whatever, and let me know what you want to see. And yeah, thanks for watching. I hope that my students get something out of this. I hope my regular watchers, if you have kids, maybe they'll get something out of this, and maybe the regular watchers will get something out of it too. I don't know. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you have a great week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and happy planning. Bye-bye.